Hi, my name is Essa and welcome to the very first episode of Process Based Therapy Crash Course. Here we will walk with you past the one-size-fits-all therapy to bring true personalization to life. And what better way to do this than by beginning with a story? Let's head over to Ben to listen to his story.
Growing up, the protocol didn't work for me. I went to public school for first grade. My mom would tell me the story about how at the end of the year, all the parents were invited over to the class, and all the kids were sitting at their desks and all pulled out these folders with all the work that we had done that year, and all the kids were showing their parents, and my mom walks over and she checks my folder and she tells me now, like every single worksheet in that folder was blank. And I would go, "Mom, every single one?" And she would go, "Most you did was you wrote your name on a few of them." So I failed first grade. 2,000 kids in the school, and the protocol seemed to work for them, but wasn't working for me. I was different. At least that's what the psychiatrists were telling us. Now, I consider myself really lucky for the childhood that I got to have. I went to a special education school, a whole different learning environment. So that school is different. 5 kids in a classroom, 130 kids for the whole school, 1st through 8th grade. Kids with autism, ADHD, Asperger's, or that's what it was at the time. Anger issues, social issues, the whole 9 yards. Because that's just how it was. We didn't understand what it was, but we knew that everyone had their own thing. And to make a 7-year story 10 seconds, that school really saved me. It saved me from a world of struggle and pain that I'm not having to go through now because I got that kind of individualized care. After 6-7 years, I was ready to go back to public school. And, I was kind of excited to meet these normal people that I'd heard so much about. And I take a good look around. And it doesn't take me long to realize that I can't find any here. It's not really that different here. Everyone here that I'm talking to, it's all very clear that they have special needs too. Just in this environment, it's not talked about. We have this weird expectation that we have to be all the same, and in this environment, if someone had a problem, it was their problem if their needs weren't being met. And it was when I got there that I really started to realize that it wasn't just me. The protocol wasn't working for them either.
We all face challenges in our daily lives. So do our clients, our family members, our students. Everyone around us carries their own burdens. The way we approach these burdens and life challenges determines whether we remain stuck with them or we overcome them. When life throws us a curveball, what's a smart next move? A wise thing to do is to seek experts' guidance, because experts show us the way. They use evidence-based methods to help us effectively and efficiently. But here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes when we seek experts' help, we're offered solutions that worked for people who had similar problems. Protocols designed for the statistical average, but not for your unique life context. If you have ADHD, for example, you might be offered a CBT protocol designed for ADHD. But just because it worked for others doesn't mean it will work for you. And this is not just about diagnosis. This is true for the very building blocks of therapy themselves. In a recent study, Andrew Gloucester and his colleagues explored how well-known mechanisms of change or evidence-based treatments that typically work well when examined on a group level actually show up in individual cases. Take diffusion, for example, or the way we relate to our thoughts, like watching them pass instead of wrestling with them. While it's often effective across large groups, the study found out that on an individual level, its effects can vary greatly. For some, it's linked to fewer problematic symptoms. For others, more symptoms. And for some, no change at all. That's because the same process can serve different functions depending on the person's context. And that's specifically why we need to personalize evidence-based treatments to target the specific processes that are driving the client's struggle in their real-life context. And this is exactly what process-based therapy offers us. And the very first step to do this is to understand the person in their context. And that's what we'll be covering in the next episode. We will walk with you how do we start practicing process-based therapy to tailor treatment to our clients with awareness, starting by drawing functional case formulations with what we call a network map. Join us in our next episode as we explore more of the power of process-based therapy together.
This episode is brought to you by the Process Based Therapy Special Interest Group from the Association for Contextual Behavioral Sciences. If you're not already a member of ACBS, we encourage you to join the Process Based Therapy SIG, where you can connect with other PBT practitioners who are applying this work.